Welcome to Comfort number 2. Please forgive me for eating my lunch and breakfast at the same time. In front of you. So, I'm going to talk to y'all, excuse me, about my journey into acting. Alright? That was awesome. Y'all seen me struggling. For 27 years ago, maybe a little better. 27 years ago, I just want to try to open some doors into this business. For social media, for YouTube, for a lot of things. I'm going to go ahead and get on this bitch live for Instagram while I'm here. Alright. Forgive me. I'm going to be eating as well as making this video. So, Instagram, you're a little late. YouTube's on time. So I want to talk to y'all about my journey into this acting business. It's not a good journey. You gotta have thick skin. You gotta be used to hearing the word no a lot. You also have to be used to hearing the words, I'm sorry, you're not what we're looking for. A lot. I was 27 when I started. 47 now. Let me take you to the beginning. I'll stop eating now because this is about to get serious. Without question. I'm probably going to win the Lifetime Achievement Award from the grave. So let me break it down for you. I had a lot of shattered dreams and a lot of things that led me to this point. I've always been a great martial artist. Really didn't know how great I was because I never competed in tournaments and stuff like that. But when it came down to street fighting, oh, I learned how great I was, and so did a lot of other people. So I'm 5'3", 120 pounds. I was 130 pounds when I was in the Army, but because of my hip replacement and the doctors assigned me, don't go over 125 pounds. So my ideal weight now was to maintain 125 pounds, if I can reach it. Stress eats you up. That's not on topic at the moment. I was 120 pounds at 27 years old. I stayed 120 pounds for a long time. Actually, until I hit 37 years old, I stayed 120 pounds. Then I got in the Army. I made it up to 135 pounds, all muscle. And then I got depressed when I got out of the Army. I got honorable discharge. I had to get a new hip, all kinds of other stuff. But all I ever wanted to do was make movies. Now, when I was younger, I wanted to be a scientist. Failed 4th grade because of science. Decided that being a scientist, yeah, that's not for me. So I decided I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to be a state trooper. However, there's a height requirement for state troopers. If you're a man, you have to be at least 6 feet. Since I have twig and berries, I'm all man, that wasn't going to happen. So then I thought, okay, I can do homicide, But I live in Virginia, so there's really not that much homicide. At least it wasn't at the time. So it's like, yeah, I could do homicide. And I thought about it, and I was really down with doing it until certain members of my family started dating people who were unbecoming, which really ruined my life, and they started having children by these people. No offense to these people. Anyway, so before I got into acting, I went to go visit my dad and my stepmom, Miss Molly. God rest their souls. I was 23. And this is what really started my journey, but I really didn't think about it that deeply until I turned 27. So my dad snuck up on me. And this is your warning for anyone who doesn't know me. Under no circumstances, do not sneak up on me without announcing yourself. Because I hurt my dad real bad, and I don't want to hurt anybody else by accident. And it was an accident. I still haven't forgiven myself. Even though my dad forgave me before he died, I still haven't forgiven myself. I will never forgive myself. My dad snuck up on me, and my elbow was just like that. Boom! Didn't even realize what I had done. All I saw was hands. And so, my stepmother, Miss Molly's like, and she never cussed before that day, and if she did, I never heard her. She's like, damn, James, that was lightning fast. You just elbowed the shit out of your father. It's like, oh, dear Lord. And my dad's back there crunched over, and I split his mouth from his 2 center front teeth, like all the way past his canines. So I tell people all the time, I don't have reflex control. I cannot cut this shit off. In the Army, I had to downplay my skills a lot. And I was all kinds of punked out and bitched out by a couple of drill sergeants. Except for when I got to Delta. When I got to Delta, I found a home. So thank you, Delta. Not so much thank you on the Bravo side. I had a lot of good brothers in Bravo, especially Fusco Lowe, Black Navy guy, and Tobar, and Wright, and the Ginger. Like I said, I've had, that whole platoon except for like 3 people. Excuse me. Yeah, the whole platoon, not the company, because we didn't really deal with the companies until we had like company falls ends or whatever. So, 4th platoon in Bravo, 2nd platoon in Delta. I had a lot of family members in there. I love you all. Hope you're watching. So, my journey into acting. 27 years old. There was a studio that promised us Hollywood East here in Virginia. Now, at this time, I'm thinking I can go to Wilmington, North Carolina, because Dawson's Creek was on. They didn't have any black people in Dawson's Creek. If they did, I didn't really watch the show. I think I watched like 1 episode of Dawson's Creek. So, I watched Dawson's Creek, and I was like, they're in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's 1 state down. I can go begin my acting career. But then, rumors start circulating about this studio that was coming to Virginia. And they had all kinds of different things on there. And Rick Young was one of the local news reporters in Richmond that was talking about it. So it's like, I don't have to move to LA. I can begin my career right here. If something happens to my mom, I'm in Petersburg. It's an hour and a half from Richmond, which is like an hour and a half from Charlottesville. So I can go in either direction. I don't have to charter a plane because I'm never going to get that famous. And I can go visit my family. And here's where the nightmares set in. So, I go to the studio in Petersburg. And I get sent away. But before I get sent away, a guy named Mr. Roy Fox, I think is what his name was. I don't know if he's still there. So I go to the door, because when we first get there, the advertisements, like weeks before, never said anything about being a SAG actor, never said anything about being an appointment. It just said, show up. So my father and I showed up an hour before they opened the door. They opened up the door at 10. We were there at 8:59, and we sat around. We went and got breakfast and came right back. And we were right back there by 8:45. 9 went by, 10. We came back. We were ready to go. First car in the lot, white LTD, Ford, ready to go. Get out of the car, because the guy's like at the thing. He's like, you have an appointment, and we were like, what? This thing never said anything about an appointment. It just gave us a date and a time to be here. He said, okay, well, you don't have an appointment. You need to go park over there for a minute. I'm gonna come talk to you. This happened to a few other cars. Everybody else who had an appointment or was a SAG actor, they went inside. And so, got out of the car and got to talking to Mr. Fox. I said, you really want to do this? And I said, man, more than anything, I want to make movies. And he's like, so what kind of movies you want to make? I want to make kung fu movies. We don't do that here. I want to make scary movies. We don't do that here. I want to make science fiction movies. We don't do that here. So you see the we don't do that here problem. Now here's where you get the jumble. See, if you're making a science fiction movie, someone in that movie is going to know martial arts. If you're making a horror movie, someone in that movie is going to know martial arts. I don't need to be the star. I just need to be working. You make a kung fu movie, someone in that movie is going to know martial arts. And so those are the 3 movies that I like to make, because those are the things that I like to do, and I know you can't go wrong in your element. Science fiction, martial arts, horror. And in some cases, science fiction and horror are a thin line. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. Until I couldn't. So when I got there, I didn't even know what the hell SAG was. So for those who don't know, Screen Actors Guild. And it's like $250 a month to be a member of the Screen Actors Guild. Okay, well, here's one problem. I don't have $250 a month that I can just throw off to somebody if I'm not actually working as an actor. I don't have that kind of money. Hell, not too many actors have that kind of money working now. So, that was problem 1. So I was like, alright, well, I won't worry about it. I should quit. So I didn't want to quit. But Mr. Fox said, okay, I tell you what. Go make a movie, send it back to us. So I made a movie. I got some of my best friends, and I got some people who I owe everything to. The Bowie sisters, Adrian Cao, Eric Chen, Philip, who's Filipino, whose last name I can't remember, Louis, who's from Africa, whose last name I can't pronounce, and then the mystery guy whose name I can't remember at all, but once I get the movie up, I will post it here. I owed him everything, because I needed 14 people, I got 7. So I had 3 bad guys and 4 good guys, and I being one of the good guys. And then we had that extra bad guy who had to help move the story along, so there's 2 stories in one, and so I'm going to give you the rundown of the story. The story is me being a person who is Native American and black and Chinese. So I have a Chinese brother who doesn't know that I exist, or at least I don't know that he exists. My father was married to his mother and had an affair with my mother about the same time. So him and I are about the same age. Now, I was older than Adrian Cao, but we had a good fight scene. We had a couple of them, and they were awesome. And I was older than Eric Chen, and we had a couple of good fight scenes. And this is also how I know pressure points work, because when we were fighting with our shoes on, Eric couldn't fuck with my feet. But when we were fighting with our shoes off, I gotta make this video over.